Do you live or know someone who lives in the Denver metro area that needs heating or air conditioning services? Tell them the Be Heat and AC is the company to call, because we are the only company that comes out for free for all first-time customers. And if you want a second opinion for any of our advice, we send out the competition at our expense. We pay their service call up to $69. That's right, we pay their service call for you to get a second opinion. And if you enjoyed the content in this video, please guys, for the algorithm, like this video, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel so that we can keep bringing you daily and weekly HVAC content that's pertinent for you, so you can have a more comfortable, fulfilling life. So we've been in business a few more years now, and you know, things have changed and definitely grown. We've really been very intentional and focused from day one about creating a great customer experience.
No, and you haul all the parts away. You don't leave them in one piece.
We would take all the old stuff out, and we would take care of everything. And we don't collect payment until everything's finished as well. And then, like I was saying earlier, we do include that free thermostat with every install.
Okay. No, that's fine. We need to, obviously, I need heat. Will my pipes be okay tonight?
So what I can do is I can see if I have any space heaters in my van. If I don't, I can get someone to drop some off to you. That way you can at least have some kind of heat in here for the night. But it looks like we would be able to do it tomorrow or Friday, but I'm going to verify all that before I leave.
Tell him it's a senior.
I will. Yo, just talked to Rebecca. She wanted me to call you and see if you'd be willing to do a install today. She knows you're doing that virtual thing, but she said this would probably be more important. And we've been slow, so I didn't know if you wanted it. Straightforward though. Yeah, it's just a furnace. She really wants us to do it today because it's like snowing. It's like an older lady. She had CO on her furnace, so she doesn't want to run her furnace, and she just wants a new one in. Yeah, she wants it done as soon as possible, so I'll call Obed and then I'll let her know that we're going to do it today. She'll be happy. That's okay. I was just going to let you know real quick, we are going to make it happen today.
Oh, awesome.
So Obed should be here within an hour to an hour and a half, and he's just going to go ahead and knock it out for you.
Okay. Oh, awesome. That's totally cool.
Cool. Any questions while I'm still here?
No, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
People want two things. One, they want to work, in terms of employees, is one, they want to work for a company that you know, has integrity and stands behind what they do and takes pride in what they do and has integrity. And then the second thing is they want to work for a company that meets their needs and values their needs. And that's both you know, personally, you know, if you need time off to go on vacation, spend time with your kids, you know, go to an art class, whatever it is. That's a company that cares about that and making sure you're fulfilled, and also a company that values their future, you know, and wanting to train them so that they can be better, not just professionally at their job, but also so that, you know, they're not just helping the company progress forward, but when it's all said and done, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, they're in a position where they've actually built something. They built an empire for themselves, in addition to helping the company grow and taking care of customers and providing a great customer experience.
All right, so when I got here, the inducer was pulling high amps. It's rated for, you know, 1.2 amps, or no, 1.15 amps, and it was actually pulling 1.3 amps. So we know the inducer is starting to go bad, or there's a restriction. But the biggest thing that stopped me from further diagnosing at this point is I actually found carbon monoxide coming through the air ducts, which pretty much means that there's a crack in the heat exchanger, which means the furnace needs to be replaced. The furnace is from 1999, so it just makes more sense at this point just to replace the furnace.
Essentially just came in and disconnected everything that was holding in the furnace. Disconnected the gas, the electrical, all the sealant, this pookie here, mastic, to get it disconnected from the AC coil here, and cut this PVC in order to get it out, and pulled her out, and now we gotta wait for the new equipment to come and put it back in.
So we install Daikin equipment. So we're a direct Daikin dealer. The reason we like Daikin equipment is they come with some of the longer warranties in the industry. So they come with like 12-year parts warranty, 6-year unit replacement, lifetime on the heat exchanger. So the heat exchanger is one of the main components of your furnace. Over time, for example, if you don't replace your filter, the heat exchanger can overheat, develop cracks, you put carbon monoxide in your home. That's just not safe to breathe. So I'm basically gonna cut a hole in the side of the furnace. So this is gonna be the return air coming in from the furnace. So in the winter time, it's gonna pull in cold air and it's gonna pass through the heat exchanger. It's gonna warm it up and pass it through the supply. That's how it warms up your house. Return also in the summertime, pulls in hot air, passes it through the supply, and removes heat through the AC coil.
Next we got to create a transition from the furnace to the coil because this is already connected and everything. So we just got to fill in that space.
Yeah, so the old furnace had a like a filter rack on the inside of the furnace. But you'd have to open up the furnace. We're just gonna put a filter door on the outside and the return. Typically, we'd like to add a filter box underneath, which makes the filter more accessible. It also improves airflow to the furnace. It is best for the furnace to pull air from underneath. So for the furnace to pull air from underneath. But because we have the AC coil and we're not swapping that out today, we're just not able to put the furnace on top of the filter box, so we're just putting the filter axis in the return.
You know, a few years ago, Obed started with us, and he was in the field as an apprentice, and we trained him the same way that we trained, all of our apprentices since then, which is you put them in the field and you give them some responsibilities. You start them off with very closely monitored hands-on training and really being a helper on jobs, and then quickly advancing them into a position where they are hands-on and they're in their own vehicle and they're getting more hands-on experience under very close supervision, whether that's in person or by phone, throughout the process. So that way we're able to give them the experience that they need while they're learning. And Obed's been a perfect example of someone that had zero experience. He had zero background in the trades and has become a very skilled, HVAC technician, to where he's very independent, and he's been able to accomplish that in a very short period of time, compared to a company that maybe doesn't do things the right way or really focus on doing things right. And throughout the process too, one of the things that we do is if people do make a mistake or we show up on a job and something's not done right, we make them fix it and go back. And that through that process, they learn, I know to do things like this. And so that way, we're giving them enough of a leash to where they can go out and learn, and they can make mistakes that may, the important things that aren't catastrophic, they will know hands down before they go out into the field. And the other things that are maybe just the icing on the cake that makes an install look very professional, or that or those extra steps and checks you can do on a repair to make sure that you're thorough, they learn those over time just by doing that on-the-job training under the supervision of someone like myself or some of the other experienced techs we have on the field.
So we did a furnace install. It was basically a straight swap out. We had an existing AC coil, so we just had to work around that. Just slipped the furnace beneath it. Just made a small transition. Pretty straightforward install. We got a late start on this one, but we knew a storm was coming in, so just went ahead and installed it for the customer. So I got done a pretty decent time. I think it's around 6 right now. Yeah, just happy the customer will have heat for the night.
This call was, a perfect example of how Obed was able to really step up his game as a technician throughout the years, and how he's grown and progressed, where Russell, showed up and was able to diagnose the system, and the system needed replacement. And Obed was, the only one free, and he was able to step up and replace it same day before a snowstorm was coming in, because he had that experience and he had that confidence. And we didn't hold him back trying to keep him as a helper forever. And so he's really a valuable asset to the team. You can see that it's very self-evident in his skill set and how he's able to step up to the plate as a very strong leader and team player.